Hi everyone, you're watching VGO 40 and this is VGO Girl, and today we're going to talk about World of Kings, the Twilight Castle dungeon, hero dungeon in normal mode, and a little bit about the setup. You want to pull the boss back to this green square in the corner. That's where you're going to want to tank it. So the tanks should stack on top of each other over in the corner. And your DPS is off to the side where that purple circle is. Now you actually probably want them a little further back to the wall. They're a little far out, but that's generally where you want the DPS.
The first thing we're going to take a look at is this area of effect thing. Okay, the reason we want to be in the corner is the boss will hit everything in front of it. So you want to really angle this, probably even more than I have it angled here, so that everything goes to the front where the tank is and the DPS is not hit by this at all. Now it's really important the tanks understand how to taunt or what attack really taunts hard. You need to switch off between the two tanks who is tanking. Okay, so tanks look for this white message or this white text with a black background. When this happens, for me, I have to hit the little circle hand thing. I'm the one tanking. The other guy needs to hit their taunt to pull aggro off of me, and then tanks got to dodge off to the side to not get hit by the attack so they don't die. Okay, so again here, the other tank takes aggro and I move off to the side so I don't get hit by the attack. Now it's really important to know which your taunt is and not to use it. Don't do auto. Don't use your taunt until it's time to switch tanks. Okay, DPS, you need to look for this black message with red text, and when you see it, you're going to run from where you're standing all the way to the opposite side of the zone. The AoE has a really long range, so you need to get as far away as possible so you don't wipe the whole raid. You can stack on top of each other. You won't kill each other if you have that message, but you will kill the group. Now the next section you have to watch for is this weird section with like a game board. Now the way this works is you have to match your little character to each of the squares. And you have to, if you've got a ghost, you have to stay off the board. So it does a couple iterations of this. Okay, so as I said, frogs move to the frogs, pumpkins move to the pumpkins, owls move to the owls, and the ghosts want to move all the way off the board so that they're not on the squares at all. Okay, after this, it goes back to another round of tanking in the corner, switching off tanks, DPS running to the other side. Now, it's important to be in that corner because the next phase, you have these strips where the boss is going to try and run across the board, and you have to try and stop it by killing pumpkins across the strips. And you need to start with the one that's closest to you because it's really important that you take these pumpkins down fast. Okay, so here we have these strips that are created. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to see these little pumpkin guys. You're going to kill one on each strip, starting with the first one, moving to the second, all the way across all four of these strips. And this will block the boss as he charges, and it reduces the amount of damage that he does in his next AoE attack. So here you can see that he's going to charge, and we are not going to be able to get it.
Okay, because we're not able to block his charge with the pumpkins, he will eventually, after he's done with the charging, wipe the whole raid with his next attack. So this is really important to block them. So we're going to go ahead and switch to another time I went through this raid. So in this run, you can see that the pumpkins are on the strips, and it does block the boss when he charges across. He stops at those pumpkins, and as a result, the kind of stamp thing that he just did does not in fact wipe the raid. Now we're moving him back over the corner. I think that's probably a good idea, but not really necessary. So he has a couple moves left. One is he's going to charge down this strip, and you want to move out of the way. And then after that, you want to immediately follow the boss because he's going to do these circle area of effects. And the circle of area of effects is everybody needs to be in close or you're going to die. And then everybody needs to move away from the boss. So then he's doing this half the room thing. So it's good to kind of position him a bit. but because of the charge, I don't think you can position him too much. So after that, it's just a straight DPS until he is down. Just be sure to watch for any tank changing messages and DPS for the red text so you can move away from the raid. So you're watching VGO Girl, and this is VGO 40. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time in World of Kings.